Immediately after the success of 2001's Fatal Frame, Tecmo greenlit a sequel to be released in 2003. You'll notice immediately that the "based on a true story" tagline is absent entirely from the box and title screen, opting for a completely original and non-rumor based story. Maybe they fired their marketing team. Regardless, Fatal Frame 2 was held by many gamers as being the best overall in the series, noting both its gameplay and story improvements over the original. I'd played a demo back when it first came out. It wasn't until recently that I played the entire game. Once again, the story throws two protagonists randomly into a haunted area and wastes no time getting to the ghost hunting gameplay. Mio and Mayu are teenage twin sisters who are visiting a childhood play spot in the woods, when suddenly, Mayu starts following a mysterious crimson butterfly deeper into the forest. Mio sets out after her sister when the pair stumble upon an abandoned village known as All Gods Village. In short, it's a spooky ghost town. One notable change from the predecessor is Crimson Butterfly's larger sense of scale. Before, the player was only relegated to just the Hikikomori Manor and the surrounding woods. Here, you visit multiple mansions, woods, caves, and temples. The game is much larger than the first, and sporting 4 possible endings on the Xbox version, there's a lot of content to keep any gamer satisfied. Throughout most of the game, the twins will be exploring together. But don't worry, this isn't a big escort mission by any stretch, but you still have to look out for your sister. The AI is very reliable and never annoying, and you have plenty of time to rescue your sister from a ghost. I appreciate that the game doesn't have much in the way of backtracking or recycled areas. After entering the village, ghosts appear and start attacking the girls, but luckily, they find the camera obscura and fight back. Like the first game, the girls begin to uncover the past of the town and its link to dark sacrificial rituals of long ago. In many ways, the plot is just a revamp of the first, but with a much bigger budget and scale. Think about the difference between Evil Dead 1 and 2. So, does Fatal Frame 2 match the spooky atmosphere and ghost hunting gameplay of the first? Absolutely, and it improves upon it. This time around, there are double the amount of ghosts and locations to visit, but with more ghosts come more opportunities to miss a photo op. This game had me on my toes with all the vanishing ghosts. There's just so many that I finished the game by basically raising my camera anytime the camera angle changed, or anytime I entered a new area. Once again, I want to stress that you do not have to capture the vanishing ghosts. It's entirely optional. The first game had backstory for all the ghosts you encounter. The same is true for this one, only this time, a ghost might drop a precious stone that you can place into a spirit radio and listen to bits of the story, much like the logs found in BioShock. All of it is optional, so if you hate story and you just want to hunt ghosts, well, do what you want to do, man, no judgments here. The camera controls pretty much like the first game, which is extremely well, but Crimson Butterfly expanded the options of the controls, so there's even more customizability. When you first find the camera, I highly recommend pausing the game and adjusting the controls to your liking. The biggest complaint I've heard about this game comes from the controls. Get a feel for moving and shooting before you begin exploring and attempting to capture ghosts. The camera itself has a variety of new upgrades and features. Throughout the game, you'll find new lenses that can increase the zoom or widen the angle. You'll also get power-ups that can freeze or slow down a ghost. The battle system is basically untouched. Filament lights up, ghosts come out. But this time you'll be taking on groups of ghosts at a time, so battles can get kind of hectic, but never seem unfair. The layout of the levels were more optimally designed for battle. There aren't narrow paths that put you in harm's way, and you have plenty of space to move and avoid attacks. Much like the first, there are a couple areas where you will face a ghost that is invincible to your attacks, leaving running as your only chance at survival, so keep that in mind if your shots aren't working. The level design is also far more appealing than the first, as many of the areas contain more colors and environmental considerations like raindrops. Fatal Frame has always been one of those series that's disturbing yet darkly appealing, in its aesthetics. The care given to the design of each room sticks out as Crimson Butterfly's greatest strength. Crimson Butterfly is an exceptional survival horror title, and it doesn't rely on blood or gore to shock its players. It's the fear of the unknown enemy that could jump out of the wall at any moment. It's truly in a league and genre of its own. One notable difference about the Xbox version is that it contains a FPS mode, which is nice if you hate fixed camera angles. It also has additional endings and costumes to unlock in the Xbox version. The game was once again remastered for the Nintendo Wii, but it was never brought west. So if you happen to know someone with a PAL copy you could send my way, maybe give them a nudge. Please and thank you. Fatal Frame 2 gets a high recommendation from me, and the best part is, aside from one minor connection, you can pick it up for $20 and hop right in without ever playing the first one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for...
The photo that she took was of her ex-lover.
It's Fatal Frame 3.
Who is dead.